Welcome to the Do You Get podcast.
Because I don't think they get.
Actually get, but do they get?
No, they don't get. Do you get that they don't get?
They
that
don't
they
get
that
this
they don't get.
philosophy. They
No,
don't get this philosophy.
They don't
that
get it.
We
You don't get
though.
it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Do You Get podcast. And this is Florence.
Hi guys, welcome back. Totomi, I don't know why you're laughing. Welcome back to the Do You Get podcast, the best podcast on this planet, if I do
Okay.
say so myself. And today we have my biggest up.
Ah,
Oh, okay, it's not my
wow.
biggest up. We have the one and only Madam Doctor
Happy.
Miss Olinka aka Tolu, aka Totomi. Sorry, her name is Tolu. She's my sister, but in our house we call her Totomi. So if during the podcast, if you hear that, that is her. I'm talking to her. But welcome, my dear, to my podcast. How do you feel?
Thank you, Florence, for having me. Simi, well, yeah. Um,
Can you guys see why I now said that she's my own? Because thank you, Florence, but she well. Okay, nice
because
one.
how can you introduce me to people as your biggest up? What does that even mean?
Okay. I apologize. I apologize.
Anyway, hi guys, my name is Tolu. Um, yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Very good podcast, very good vibes. So yeah,
We're happy to have you.
thank you, Florence. See somebody that is
I'm
happy to have
clapping.
me.
What else do you want now want from me? Am
Okay,
I not
okay,
clapping?
okay, okay.
Ah, welcome, ma. How are you,
Thank you.
ma? How
I'm
are you
okay.
doing?
I'm okay. Happy International Women's Day, everybody.
Oh,
Shout out to all the women out there
The
killing it.
women, the women who paved the way for us and all our mummies as well
yeah.
and everybody. So yeah, happy and
See,
obviously
why's
to
your
Florence
face
and Simi
like
as well.
that?
I
Now,
don't know.
who
She's
has
always
to
looking
land?
so unimpressed
People
when I'm
have to
talking.
land.
She's always
Oh,
looking
people
so
have to
unimpressed.
land.
And if you see, anyway, wow,
If they see what?
this is a place of decorum. So
If
we
they
will not
see
get into it.
what?
Anyway,
Hmm.
I'm fine. Is the answer to your question, Simi.
Okay, how was your week in the hospital? No stress.
When is there no stress? But we thank God we have work. That's all that is
Okay.
important. We thank God that we have work. But yeah, the week was okay. It was work and it's over. So yeah, it was good. How were both your weeks?
What did you
You,
say?
How were your
how are
weeks?
both your
Oh, okay,
weeks?
sorry.
Open your ears, dear.
Sorry.
How was my week? What was I doing? Um, my week was this week went by fast. It was Monday, then it was Friday. Like that's how I felt this
Yep.
whole week. And we're in the best month of the year.
Oh, please.
Oh,
My
Oh,
birthday month,
please.
when is your birthday?
March 13th, the best day of the year.
Oh, it's super close as well.
Simi is a hater.
I
Oh,
am.
Anyways,
Oh,
she's
I
the
am.
everybody's biggest up, and she'll
I'm
be
a
telling other
hater.
people up.
um, and so this week I did like one last interview yesterday. So I think maybe
Oh,
because my brain was like on that the whole week.
mhm,
But
Mm,
other than that, like nothing exciting. But it was a good week. Good
that's
week.
good.
okay. Yeah, my week was honestly just work. I had gone. Oh my god, my sister and I went to Nigeria last
Oh
week.
yeah, this
Hey,
was our first week back to work
oh,
after Lagos. That's true, actually.
oh
How
my
was
god.
that?
Oh, it was too good, but it was also there was good, and then there was. Hmm.
Hmm. That's it. There was good and there was because
How
bad
was
is not
flying on
enough.
AirPeace?
Hmm.
Hmm. Hey. Hmm.
Let me give my
But I
sister the
see
Let
the
me.
benefit.
videos. People hype it up. They have like egusi soup
Florence,
and rice
everybody
and
that is
stew.
hyping it. It's a liar.
Okay.
They are all liars.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I'll give them this. That jollof rice is sweet.
Yeah, that jollof rice
I'll give them that
bang.
jollof rice bangs.
Woo.
Too good. It was smoky. It was fluffy. The grains were, the grains were one. It
Hmm.
was
Yeah,
hot. The chicken was flavorful and spicy.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's lovely. But as one of our aunties said, you don't buy aeroplane tickets because of jollof rice. You go to
exactly.
restaurants and eat jollof rice.
Period.
That airpiece, if they give me for free business class, I'll return it. That's how
Uh,
that experience. That's how. No,
No.
no.
was it like customer service or the flight itself?
Customer service. When we're going to Lagos, the air hostess. I don't want to be dramatic because they're always saying I'm dramatic, but she physically assaulted somebody because the VIP,
Uh-uh.
the man was sleeping and she wanted him to raise up the blind. I mean that thing that they do when they're about to
Mm,
land.
yeah.
And so the man was sleeping, and she went and she was like, "Oh, Oga, raise the blind, that be whatever." But the guy
Uh-uh.
obviously he was sleeping, so he didn't answer her. Next thing we just heard her say, "Oh Jesus!"
Bro, I kid you not. Between that woman and the people that are sitting beside that man, they are all
Those are
wicked.
his ops. They're all
They
his
Uh-uh.
are all
ops.
wicked.
Because the person that was sat by him could have said, "Oh," or helped him even raise it up because the man was sleeping.
Thank
She
you.
just said, "Oh Jesus, this man," and then she tapped him
Uh-uh.
aggressively to wake up
Hmm.
and do the God. Then when we were coming back, the air hostesses when we were coming back were lovely. Very fine girls. They were nice. But when we were coming back, Nigerians. Because tell me why they started acting African film behind me. That they were shouting down the plane and screaming.
Uh-uh.
And trust your friend, she was sitting by the window, so she was doing to me, move, let me see. Move, let me see. So that
Please, I like
and she was
this. I like this.
and she wasn't even trying to code the please let me see. She was like aggressive with her let me see. So that if the man will not come and change his mind and come and beat all of us, once he starts with me that's closer to him. But anyway, the moral of the story is that airpiece. No,
Hmm.
no, no. Unless like it's between airpiece and like Royal Air Maroc or something, then I'll take airpiece. But
If it's between AirPeace and Air Maroc, I will swim. And I say that, and I mean it with my whole heart. I will never give AirPeace my money again.
not
Those
I will
people are
swim.
crazy, okay? They are crazy. Everybody that say, oh, support Nigerian business, support Nigerian. Me, I love support Nigerian. Ask my sister. If there's a Nigerian, I will buy it.
Let me. These Lagos stories are even many because even in this house, supposed Nigeria business, we still collecting insults.
Exactly. I've seen Shaggy on top supporting Nigerian businesses, so nobody should tell me anything. My issue with airpieces, their flights are not cheap. If you want to behave the way they are behaving, then the flight should be £200. Let me know
See,
that okay, I'm entering downfall in the air. Because what
to be
kind
fair,
of
that's what it
behavior
Not
is
is.
down for
this?
in the air.
It's
That's really what it
true.
is. Downfall with
If
wings.
I'm going to be paying premium price, you give me premium service. That's just my own. It's true, no, Epis. If I see their CEO, you will hate me because I have a lot of notes. If not for the fact that the customer service on the way back was significantly
No, those
better,
I didn't get their names, but those air hostesses were
those
brilliant
air hostesses were really like
on the
this
way back.
Epis, like even little things like, and this just speaks to the way as a Nigerian, like the way Nigerian businesses reason. Other airlines, right? You enter the plane, the blanket and all those stuff is already on your chair, Abby. Do you know what Airpiece does? They come with Ghana must go bag, big doors, big nylon bag full with blankets. They are now
It
dragging
was
it. You know, be hearing, they are not handing it like they are sharing talk shop. Why can't you leave the okay? Why can't you just leave the blanket on the chair? Like just little things like that. It's just like why? It's just why is our process always different? Why can't we like we're not the first to have aeroplane? So why is our own scattered? Even to check in, to you weigh your bag. Then instead of them to tag
oh
it if you are
god.
underweight, if your bag meets the weight requirement, they will tag it and you keep the bag pushing. That's how normal airlines do. They said no, remove it. You now be weighing each of them one before you now put everything back one to tag. Like, come on. Come
And that was
on. It's
that
like
was leaving the UK. Coming back, the way they did the luggage one, you go to a different place and wait. Then they will write the weight of your luggage and stick it on your suitcase with masking tape.
Uh-uh.
why?
Then you would then go to where they check. But I think that one might just be Nigerian airports process, and that's a whole other kind of worms.
I
But
thought that was a new airport.
oh yeah, it's a new
Yeah, it's
airport,
the
and
new
the airport is
terminal.
fine. I'll give them that. It was. I didn't feel heat until like, we stepped outside the
Yeah, the
airport.
AC was on.
The AC was
Okay.
on, and it was reporting. And yeah, I'll give them that. The new terminal, I'll give them their tools for the new terminal. But the other processes, yeah, mm, yeah.
Yeah. They need to get their shit together ASAP because sorry. Nobody should disturb me. Nobody should mention any dirty tribalism. Because the one woman on Nigerian, one Yoruba woman, she came online and she was talking about her experience on
Mm,
AirPeace, and then people start saying, oh, this tribalism, blah blah blah, it's because it's Igbo, you are Yoruba. I'm like, you are the ones that are bringing tribe into this thing. At the end of the day, she's complaining about her
it's
service, and she's
true.
not wrong. And God will
Yeah.
bless her. Because if I had seen
Mm.
that video, there's no way I'm giving AirPeace my money. And I think that's why I'm so pissed. Because the money that I'm striving and working hard for, I'm going to dash AirPeace.
But
Everything I've
well,
been
what
collecting.
we kept telling ourselves during the 6 hours was, "You live and you learn," and we have learned.
It's true, that's true.
We've learned.
That's true, and I've
We've
learned.
learned.
So,
But at least
um,
was the flight smooth and like
Mm,
me, I took melatonin, so I crashed.
oh, okay.
yeah.
But Florence,
Yeah.
we saw this your DJ self. Wait, I don't know why I
Hmm.
say it on
Who?
this podcast.
Hey,
I can
Who?
tell
God.
you that DJ James, that guy you like, the white guy that does Afrobeats
Oh
singing, he
really?
was behind us
Oh
on our
my
seats.
god! Nah, but that's not a good experience for him to start with to go to Nigeria. I hope
I
this is
don't
not
know.
his first time.
No, I don't think so. I think he went for this in December,
Oh,
probably.
okay. Well, maybe he knows what to expect. Oh,
Yeah,
I like
but
his
I'll give
sets
him
on
that. He's really
YouTube.
good. He's really
Okay,
good.
Yeah.
I've never listened to his sets. Maybe. Yeah.
He's really
Okay.
good.
There's one on Culture FM on YouTube. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
That's a really good set.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our week. Went to Nigeria, went to Lagos.
How was
Um,
Nigeria?
It's
ah,
cost.
yeah, things are
It's
pricey. Oh.
expensive. It's
Things
very
are very, very
expensive.
pricey.
But then I also hadn't gone back in 10 years, so my memory of Nigeria, like
Yeah.
the things I had, it compares to. I was taken aback at a loaf of bread being 2,000 naira. That was a
Mm,
lot of. That's a
Bro,
lot of money
that's
Gala
for a loaf
crazy.
of bread.
500.
Bread that we used
And
to buy like 200 naira, 500 naira.
uh, and I was like, while I was there, I just kept on thinking like the people who live here and are earning salary here, not like the privileged ones that are doing come and go on my daddy's jet with me to buy gelato or whatever. But like
Hmm.
the actual Nigerians, it's like if how much is somebody's salary if you're using 2,000 naira to buy bread?
Yeah.
It's not. It's concerning. But yeah. Other than the cost, Nigeria was nice. The weather was lovely. So
I know, the weather was hot too. Nigeria has never been that hot before. At least
please,
Lagos,
compared
I've
to the
never
freezer
experienced
we
that
were
amount
coming
of heat.
from, it was lovely.
Ah, it was hot too. It was very humid.
But you
Um,
also
Nigeria
were
has always
hot.
been humid though.
yeah, but this time it felt like I was choking. Like it was very intense. I was like, what
Maybe it's because
happened?
you're not
But
used to it. It's like
It was
I don't
very,
know, or
very
maybe
hot though.
global warming.
Maybe that's what my auntie was saying.
then
That
I don't really
global
know because
warming.
we weren't really outside. I
No,
don't
no, but
know.
I went back 2 years ago. It wasn't that
No, no,
hot.
no. What I meant was we were always in like AC or fan, at least.
Oh.
So
Actually, we went to boarding school.
no, I mean in this holiday, babes.
Oh, in the holiday. I thought you meant historically.
I meant in the like trip. So it
Mm,
didn't feel as like cloying as I don't know.
I
It
was
wasn't
hot,
that
sha.
bad.
And
Yeah,
then you
but it
did
was
the road
nice.
to 30s.
Yeah, I went on the Road to 30s podcast. I
Oh
said 30,
yeah.
Jesus. Road to 30s podcast. If you guys remember, they came on our podcast last year. So it was really nice to meet them in person. They were so, so, so funny. And the episode is out now. You guys are free to listen. It's on their Spotify. Um, and we spoke about Lost and a bunch of other things. But I really like the episode, so you guys should definitely listen to that. But yeah, Nigeria was fun. I fought, I laughed, I cried, I
And she
ate
fought.
my
She really
eggs.
fought.
I ate it.
What did
You
you
guys,
fight?
I
Like
think,
physical fighting or
It
no,
might
just
as well have been physical.
don't say that. I
No, you
just
don't
feel like,
understand. She screamed so much. My auntie flew out of her room because she was afraid. Like, that's how much.
listen, okay. I think AirPeace really puts me in a bad place where it's like me
She
and
was
my
already on edge.
my money. I spent money on this thing. No, don't play.
The interesting thing is, it was even my own money.
It doesn't matter. The money was just spent.
Like, I was telling her, like, oh, freeze, let it go. She's like, no.
My
And I
issue
was
with
like,
this thing is, and let me give you guys context. For context, we ordered clothes from a Nigerian brand.
mm-hmm.
And then she sent us rubbish. The size is not correct. Do you know that we took picture of the to compare like, oh, this is what we want, because we ordered two things from her of the same size. One the size matched, the other one was significantly smaller. So we compared that this one the size is correct, this one the size is not correct. We took picture, we did video. Do you know what this woman told me? She said, oh, measure it. If you take a measuring tape, you will see that it's the same size. And then she now said, "Oh, it's just the fabric that's making it appear that way." Guy, my head was already hot because the day before I left London, that place was already annoying me because I ordered from her, and this is my issue with Nigerian brands. Please let's stop doing WhatsApp ordering, please. I ordered from her. I've told you the color I want. I've told you the size, everything. I've given you the address. I've given you the number to call when delivery. If I order from your website, this one started calling me in the middle of a meeting. She called me 3 to 5 times. She kept calling me, calling me, calling me. I said, if I don't pick the first time, I don't pick the second time. Why do you think I will pick the third time? And do you know what she wanted to ask me? Oh, is this the shade of blue you want? Have I not already picked the blue? Like, what is going on? So from there, I already said this man is not serious. And then she did that side thing, and I called her. That excuse me, I want a refund for this rubbish she did. And she said, "Oh, I can't give you a refund. I can send you a new one." I said, "No, I want my money back." She said, "Oh, you should have read my policy. And if anybody quotes policy to me, I can punch you because I didn't sign contract with you. I should have read my policy.
A
I
freedom
don't do
fighter.
refund. I rather do. I said, I not say from a business perspective, how does it make sense for you to send me another one for free? Give me my money back. She said, that's not your business. I said, how is it not my business? It's my money. Are you crazy? Now I'm talking about you. I'm even getting hot. So I started going back and forth with this woman on the phone. She now hung up on me. Hey, Jesus. I wanted to bend. Like, my body was just hot. Like, I'm even feeling like the remnants of the anger. I was just like, this woman needs to human work. She just said text me on WhatsApp. Oh, sorry, my phone died. Blah blah blah. She just said send me voice notes, saying all sorts of rubbish and giving me stupid excuse. Because on the phone I told her your customer service is poor. You need to improve. I'll tell you that for free. She now started telling me, how can you see my customer service is poor? You're the first person to complain. That's between you and Jesus. That has nothing to do with me. My experience is my experience. I know your customer service is poor. Somebody sending me voice note say, I'm sorry, this and that. If not for my sister, I swear I will have.
so did she send another one a
I
refund?
told her not to send another one. She said that, oh, she can't do refund. She can't do refund. I should send another one. I said, I don't want another one. Please take your business and get out of my sight. And that's because of Totomi. Because if not, best believe I'll still be dragging her to today. Because me, I'm also mad. You people think you are the first to be mad. Everybody can be mad together. Oh, there's space in psychiatric hospital. You check us both in.
Uh-uh.
Serious.
Relax.
This babe, man.
Seriously. Because wow.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I think also the part where I was like, I was already saying just leave it, but when I was particularly like just leave it was when she now said, "Oh, the person in the video is not that's not their size," and it's like me that like the clothes that I'm wearing. So ASOS is a liar, H&M is a liar, Primark is a like everybody's a liar. It's you that knows this
She
my
said, oh,
own
if you had sent me
clothing
that
size.
person's video, I would have told you that
So
that's
I would
not
have
their real size.
size.
Are you crazy? Do you now guys see now that I'm not actually the one that is mad?
So this is why, because me, Simi is a fighter. Me, I'm usually a bit more like, it's money, just go. It's okay. I don't, I'm not going to spoil my day going back and forth with this person. There's no resolution in sight. We were leaving the next, we were leaving
We're leaving that
that
morning.
day. We were leaving that day. So it's like, I'm getting myself obsessed for what? But Simi is a fighter, a freedom, an
I'm a fighter
activist.
when necessary.
So yeah. But anyway, I will say, Sha, the clothes is fine. I'll give her that. The sets are nice. And I'll wait. So, and I'll give, yeah, I'll wait. It's fine. But customers, I think just generally Nigerian brands, companies, they can work on their customer
Customer
service.
service,
But we
definitely.
went
Mm.
to two places. I know Auntie Halima will not hear this. I hope she will hear this podcast. We went to a shop called Rade in
Yeah, that customer
Lekki.
service was really, really good.
The
Jesus.
assistant was called Halima. She was amazing. Customer
Mm.
service, like custom for, because we showed that we stressed her. I will even lie to you. We
Hmm.
stressed her because we we bought
Well,
something and Simi transferred the money to her with one of these transfer things.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the money didn't go through. And we waited and waited in the shop, and the money didn't go through. And she was kind. This is not her shop, but she works there. She was kind enough. She was like, "Okay, we can go," but she gave Simi her WhatsApp number, and that they will communicate via WhatsApp. And really and truly, the money never arrived her account. 6 p.m. the baby's about to close, and she sends a message, and she's like, "Madam, please," because can you imagine this babe who does not own the
bro, I
shop?
felt so bad.
It was
Mm-hmm.
320K
Hmm.
in,
Ooh.
and so she, like, the customer
Me, I
service
won't
was
let
doing,
people leave.
exactly.
Ah.
If it's me too, I would not like full leave. You are
I
going to drop
swear.
something, like something as collateral or something, but she lets us leave. And like, we were so impressed by her customer service. We took my cousin back to go and
Hmm.
shop there as well. So there are some
Yeah.
brands, even was Sia, Bikia, the other one
Yeah,
that we
see,
went
yeah, the
to.
customer service
Their
was
customer
really, really
service. So
good there
I think some
too.
people are getting customer service right in Nigeria.
Yeah, even
Some
Beauty
people
Hut, their
just,
customer service was
yeah,
really
Beauty Hut
good.
was
Very,
great.
very good.
Made me buy things I was not going to buy because she was, the sugar in her mouth was plenty. She needs a
Yeah.
raise. So some people actually are intentional about customer service in Nigeria. Some of them just don't care. They just want your money. And yeah.
That's a
But yeah,
sharp
that was,
contrast from Mexico because those people, everywhere we went, like,
Yeah, the
their
customer service
customer
was really
service
good
was
in
really
Mexico.
good.
But we didn't really interact with, like, I don't say civilians, but like the day to
don't
day,
be civilian.
like the day to day,
Fair
Locals.
enough.
The
like
locals.
Mexicans. We didn't really interact with them the way we would in Nigeria. We were really just in touristy places or
I
places where,
see.
yeah. So it's hard to compare, but
Mm.
Nigeria, sir. Mm-mm. And even in the restaurant I went to with my cousin, the customers, the waiter was really nice too. So yeah, I think it depends. But from what I'm seeing, what I've noticed, especially with all this other online business, I'm scared. I'm sorry. I'm really, really scared. Or if I see order via WhatsApp, I'm not ordering again. I'm sorry. Because I'm not going to be giving my number anyhow anymore. I'm so it's not even that I'm anybody important. It's just I become too accessible. And you now be disturbing me to ask me which shade after I've already told
No, it was not
you.
even the shade. She asked us for measurement of like length of our trousers.
Bro, she
And
was
so
like,
wait.
"Oh, is the
So we sent
trouser
her the
high
length of the
waisted?"
trouser, and then she goes, "Is the trouser high waisted?" And it's like, the trouser I'm buying from you, you're asking me if it's high waisted. What?
I had to give my sister the phone. I said, "Please answer this question because me, I don't know what to say."
And Simi is a fighter with English, with like verbally. I'm more likely to be more assertive in text. So the message I was going to write, I was going to ask her literally what I said to you. The trouser you are selling, you're asking me if it's high waisted. And Simi said it's not. I shouldn't say that. It's not nice because I know I genuinely like, and I wasn't saying it from a place of like being malicious. I was genuinely confused. Like, you're asking
Bro,
me
but
the
what
Yeah.
did you
trouser
not
you're
say? You said sorry.
selling.
I don't understand what that means. That's what you said
I
back.
didn't say sorry. I said I don't understand what that means. Like,
So,
but anyway, um,
but
Oh
overall,
yeah,
what was
well.
good and
yeah. Nigeria was nice. It was fun. It was fun. I had good food. I laughed. I saw my family members. Fun times. Fun times.
All right. Well.
But to me, before we get into the nitty gritty of the episode, every time we have a guest, we play this or that.
okay.
So are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess. Anyway.
Oh, I'm ready.
First, you want to do it, or should I?
Uh, maybe I can do it. I
Okay.
can do it. Um, let's see. Would you rather have a full day off or have extra sleep?
Ah, like how often is this full day off, and how many hours of extra sleep are we
Is
talking?
it that you people can never answer questions as they are presented to you?
Because man, a full day off, a full day off. Because if I take extra hour of sleep, I can still go to the hospital and see Shege. But if I stay in my house, Shege will not. Ideally, Shege should not come and look for me at home. So yeah, a full day off.
What about you, Simi?
I agree. If I can get a day off, why am I sleeping extra? I can sleep for my day off. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll take the day off too. Like a full day. I haven't had like a full day off, like doing nothing. Like I always have something to do.
To do.
Like if it's during the week, I'm working, and then during the weekend, it's like I'm catching up on stuff that could have
Yeah,
done during the week.
during the week. Yeah.
That's adulting 101. Um,
Facts.
let's do one last one because I feel like we're entering 30 minutes. Um, confidence or kindness?
So sorry. What's the context? Because
Would you?
no, no,
I,
no,
I
no,
guess would
no.
you rather be a confident person or a kind person?
Or, like, yeah, let's do that.
Well, actually, let me cancel that. Cancel that one. Cancel that
Okay.
one.
See, you
Cancel
see
that
why I
one.
asked what's the context? What's
Cancel
the
that one. Okay,
context?
let's do this one because it's International Women's Day and Women's Month. Women supporting women or taking women taking up space.
English is hard. Oh,
Stop it to me, God.
again, it depends on the context because women supporting women is always a vibe. Like I support your rights and wrongs. The wrongs I might support privately. Like,
mm,
I'll tell you privately, like, fine girl, that was not a vibe. But
yeah.
outside, like, yeah. But like also women taking up space, we're not even taking up enough space. We need to take up more space. So it's like I can't really decide which one. It depends. Sorry, that's my answer. It's a cop out answer. But yeah.
That's fair. I feel like I would say I'll give a political answer.
Oh,
Women
Ode.
supporting women will lead to women taking up space.
Gay gay. Come on.
Come on! My
Come
parents
on.
pay school fees. My parents pay school
Come
fees. My
on.
parents pay school fees. Forget. That's my answer.
I agree with Simi.
Just look at the two of you. Just look at the two both of you. Because
I agree because
you
I
just
mean it's a fact. Like you're supporting women and you're taking up space at the same time. Because
Yeah,
when you
look at the
uplift each other, you're like making your voices more.
exactly. What's that thing that this guy said? We rise by lifting
to
others.
others. That's
That's
my
it.
man's.
That's it. But don't be
Hmm.
claiming that man in
But also, Simi, the
publicatory.
answer both of you just gave is what I said in different forms.
Yeah.
So,
No,
so
you say it depends on the context. You are this context.
Simi, why should we not claim? Are you not 30 BG? You are giving up your man.
I don't know. It's not my man. When you see, it's not my man,
Who are you talking about?
Davido, because he
Davido
says we rise by lifting others. That's his like
Oh,
motto.
I
slogan.
mean, isn't he married?
Oh yeah, he's
Does he know?
Simi.
And that's all I'm gonna say. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave that there.
This girl.
Sorry. Sorry.
City is choosing violence today.
Sorry,
Hmm.
I think it's because we started with AirPeace. That's the mistake we made. We should not have started with AirPeace because, wow, what a journey, man.
Hmm.
Now I know not what to not use when I'm going to
Hmm.
Nigeria. And even Air France, that one I have a different beef with them, but it's
Oh
okay. We got
yeah.
we can go through that. I'll never.
That's so interesting because our options were either air free, air, I said air freeze, air France.
Maybe Air
Our
France would have been
options were
good
air
if
France
it's
or air peace.
Air France would probably have been good
Uh-huh.
if it was a direct flight. If
It's
it
not.
wasn't,
No, it's not. It
uh,
was because
It
that's
has to
why
go to
we ended up
Paris.
doing airpiece because somebody did not want to do layover.
because they did that same rubbish that they did to my parents in December. They did it recently again. Like,
Ah,
yeah, they did it to somebody else, not me, but I saw my sister sent something where they did something similar. I mean,
and they
for
dropped them off.
context, yeah, for context, so like Epis, my parents went to Paris. They flew from the US to Paris.
Hmm.
And then they stopped them there. They had this long layover, delaying their flight. And then the only option they gave them was, what was that? Chad.
Mm? Sorry, wait.
So the only other
What is
option
sorry?
was to
Sorry,
stop in
Florence. I'm so
Chad.
sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry. As in Chad.
God
Yes.
forgive the two of you. God forgive the two of you. Mind you, they were going to Abuja. They were not even going to Lagos. Abi?
Oh,
And it was supposed to be a direct flight from Paris to Abuja. Then they said something about the runway, something, something. And then the other option was Chad. And they told my parents that there'll be like a flight there to take them back, like basically the same day. But no, they had to wait till over the weekend in
in
Chad, the
Chad.
hotel. Yes.
Sorry, pardon my geographical incorrectness. Is Chad not where the Boko people are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My thing was if they can take off to
Why
Chad, why
did they
can't
to
they go
Ghana?
to Abuja? Like Chad and Abuja are not are maximum maybe 20, 30
I
minutes
don't know
flight.
what I don't know what the idea was, but yeah, my parents were there and then they left. I think that next
Or not even
so
like you said Ghana or even
I was
Cotonou.
like, it was so
Ghana or
crazy. I guess maybe
Cotonou?
because Chad is French or what. I don't understand. Like they could have even what is the other French place? Cameroon. But isn't that
Yeah,
also
Cameroon. Oh,
not
but Cameroon has civil unrest,
yeah.
I think, or
So I
something.
don't know, man.
I
But
think for
yeah.
Chad it's more of a safety thing because of the whole Boko Haram thing. But I don't know. For me, it just didn't make sense. If they can take off, then why can't we land
Take
in
off.
Abuja? Like that's the part I don't understand. Or is it the Abuja runway? They should have taken them to Lagos, or even Port Harcourt,
Hey,
or at least take me
exactly.
to Nigeria. Do you understand?
Drop them in Ibadan. Chad.
Yeah.
It's
And
just so
then
random.
but I guess it was fun because my parents just stayed in the hotel. And then I think my mom said when she wanted to go somewhere and buy something, she had to go with security.
That's even nice. I can't imagine them dropping my daddy in Chad.
But daddy is not entering that flight. Your daddy
The
was
world will be
entering.
vibrating.
Literally,
What peace? He
that
won't
was
enter.
not taking off.
He will even have entered it from Paris to begin with because. But did I know they were going to Chad when they were in
Yeah,
Paris?
they knew.
Okay.
They knew, but
Because can you imagine if they thought they were going to Abuja, then the plane landed and they said, "Welcome to Chad."
Bro, that's happened to me in the US. We were mid air. They said sorry, we can't land in Dallas. I
ah,
said, so where are you going to land? Hey, Gbami. I was so pissed because I had work literally the next day and I took a late flight. And I ended up dropping us in Austin. Then now when we now go to
ah,
Austin, they now said, oh, this crew can't continue because they've reached their max hours of flights of flying. So we have to wait for a new crew to come. I was just saying, what kind of rubbish is this? What kind of rubbish is this?
yeah.
As well.
These airlines, they're just, I don't know. With how much you're paying, you can't be treating people anyhow. Like, you
Exactly.
can't. Like, at least if I'm doing, like, let's say spirits and I'm paying the spirit money, then I know, okay, this is what I'm getting. But you can't be
Hey.
charging me money like charging somebody their rent money. and telling me that you can't give better
Exactly.
customer service.
It's wild.
Anyways, enough of airlines, to the topic of the day.
Yes.
So the topic of the day is self-love and personal growth. It's Women's Month, so we wanted to talk about, how to appreciate yourself as a woman. Um, Now let's throw in the first question and we go from there. Um, have there been moments in your life where you struggled with self-love, and how did you navigate those moments?
I know that this guy's not going to just talk first. Because the way she's looking and looking and looking.
I'm pondering. I'm pondering.
I don't know. I feel like self love is a word that is used so often that I feel like sometimes the meaning is a bit diluted.
So
So
what
it's
does
like,
self-love mean to you?
eh?
What does self-love mean to you?
I mean, it means me liking who I am, my rights and my wrongs, like she said, and like also like stop comparing myself because I know that's something I struggle with a lot.
Mm.
And just focusing on me and no like nothing about outside influence and just hmm, who you see me. Um, what was the question? Oh, struggle or fails. Hey, self love. Wow. I think the earliest recollection I have of that is secondary school. I feel like every time I talk about secondary school on this podcast, but secondary school was really hard
I
for
mean,
me
that's
to.
like your like most, you know, mm,
That's true.
your past. Because the more I think about it, like we don't really have at our age, we don't really have like that much past. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like our past is
Like we don't
really
have a lot of
teenage.
history.
Yeah.
That's true.
Um.
Um, yeah, but my uni experience was dead. No offense. Well, it wasn't dead, but it was just okay. It wasn't dead. It was just so focused on Africa. So that was my entire uni experience, unfortunately, for the most part. Um,
hmm.
but back to the topic. Sorry, self love. I think yeah, the most. I think because going to secondary school, right? At least in my primary school, I don't really remember primary school honestly, but going to secondary school, you're leaving home, you're going to meet a bunch of people that are so different from you, and then people that are similar to you and stuff, and then like all these stupid like rankings of like oh the finance girl and finance boy, and like looking for
Mm.
validation in all these strange places, and then also like being cool for your seniors, like oh our seniors talking to you, are you fresh, are you Raz, stuff like that. So when all those external is this true? I don't know why you're laughing.
God, we're actually
Exactly.
all, for lack of a better word, more
We're all Raz. We just didn't know it.
like
So yeah, all those external like influences from secondary school and like just all that noise. So coming from a house where my dad was like, "Who are all these people?" to us caring about what all these people are saying, there's like a shift. So that really affected like how I saw myself because then I'm looking for validation in different stupid things in boys, in seniors, even in my teachers because I wanted to be the smartest in the room and stuff like that. So I think those were the at least my earliest recollection of really struggling with like self love and my identity.
That's fair enough.
that.
Um. Tolu, do you
I'd
want to go?
yeah. I probably interestingly would say because Simi just said, oh, Simi mentioned that dad and said, he said, well, these people. I interestingly, my own probably my own first. Obviously, now I'm thinking about it, my first recollection of struggling with self love is probably in relation to if any of our family members hear this. I love you guys, but you know, it's probably in relation to like family, like pointing out how you look. Because I've always been
Mm,
like a chubby, sort of like a chubby baby, and like a big, like I've always been like a bigger person. So it's always like family pointing out like how you look. Yeah, bigger than everybody, fatter than everybody. Nobody will marry you because you're fat, things like that. And you're worse, you're like 9, 10. Those things get to you, like if the people that are supposed to be looking after you and taking care of you and are supposed to love you unconditionally are telling you things like, "Oh, you're fatter than everybody. You like so." Oh, it then in your head it translates to you cannot do X Y Z because you look like this, and so you
mm,
then struggle to fit into like certain spaces because you're always like worried that if people in my house are saying this, obviously everybody else thinks that, and so I think that
Mm-hmm.
was my first like proper struggle with like self love and accept. It's still a struggle, to be fair. It's just like obviously now is a bit better because I'm older, so like I'm able to like
mm.
you know. But yeah, that was properly like an actual proper serious struggle. And still sometimes you do something, my mom will still say, Simi has all the stories. You wear something, she will still say it's too this, it's too that, your stomach
Yeah.
is this, you are doing this. If you eat if we eat at 7 p.m., it can be, oh, it's late. Why you eat? Those kind of things. But I think to them, it's like that's their own way of showing you that they love you.
Yeah.
But they don't understand like things like that. They're like hurting your self esteem. And you actually really struggle with how to love yourself if the people that are showing you love are not supposed if the people that are showing you love are not showing you a love that you understand or a love that
Mm.
is not painful, if that makes sense. So I think that's my answer to the question.
How did you navigate that? Or
My
did you
dear,
ever?
I'll let you know when we finish navigating it. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'm joking, but no, because it's a daily struggle. It's a daily because even see, for example, things like eating. Sim is always saying I eat like a bird.
Cause
Uh,
you do.
yeah, because I actually
And I say that with love.
I don't know. I if it was like food wise, I actually don't eat a lot. I don't know why. So it might be their fault. Maybe it's genetics. I don't know. So maybe it's not my fault. But I think in terms of self love, I've just learned to sort of just always remind myself that I should believe in my source. Like you have to believe in your own source, and also your friends help. My friends help. Um, like when you have friends who are like always hyping you up, and like they know you
Mm.
struggle with these things, and you could have just woken up from sleep and they will tell you, "Oh, you look so nice," and it's like, I don't actually look nice, and it's like, no, but you actually look nice. Things like that. It might be a lie, but sometimes it's a nice lie to hear, but they're not actually lying. But I
Mm.
think like friends actually helped, like friends who like affirm you and friends who like motivate you, self friends who like reassure you in yourself. And that's always just there to remind you that like yes, you might be struggling with this thing, but we love you the way you are, and there's nothing wrong with you. Let me say it now. So Simi also helps sometimes. Um
I was not even expecting, like, my mind
um
actually didn't go there.
but yeah, like even something as simple as you wear a dress and like maybe I show my mom and she's like, oh yeah, I don't know. But Simi's like, oh yeah, no, it's nice. It makes you look nice. You look nice, that kind of thing. So even just saying simple things like, oh, you look nice, those kind of things help. I don't know what I actively did. I think really just looking at myself and telling myself I believe in my source. That's really it. It might sound very
Mm.
shallow and superficial, but I think that actually helped. And also just like I don't mean to sound like a churchy girl, but also just like asking God to please help me believe in my source, really and truly. Like just because sometimes like you talk to God about things like this and just like, ask that, He helps you see yourself the way He sees you, things like that. And I think
Mm.
as well. So yeah.
Mm.
But it's still a day-to-day struggle, but we're trying our best.
Yeah.
And therapy helps
Mm-hmm.
as well. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I don't think you can ever finish. Well, let me not say that. I was going to say, I don't think you can ever love yourself Like I feel like it's
Yeah.
like 100%. I feel like there would be days it goes up and down,
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
like life. But it's just about, like she mentioned, positive affirmation and just being conscious about it and trying to improve constantly. Because you're always going to be working on yourself till you die.
Yeah. I think I also
Yeah.
used to like sort of like date yourself, but then I found that I was very expensive, so I stopped dating myself. I'm a very expensive babe. I found that I was a very, very I was too expensive for myself, so I sort of stopped
No,
dating
fair.
myself. But I used to do things like I'd take myself out, I'd take myself to go and watch a movie, take myself to dinner, like I would dress up for myself and
Mm,
things like that. And so like dressing up for myself, it gave me like sometimes like I don't know, it just felt nice, like to do something nice for myself outside of anybody saying anything or anybody. I wasn't doing it for anybody else, I was doing it for myself. And
yeah,
so it helped
Mm-hmm.
me like appreciate like things in myself, if that makes sense. Yeah, so
definitely.
that helped. But when I make
Mm-hmm.
more, I'll start again. But yeah.
Period.
I mean, I kind of also relate to that, like people commenting on your body growing
Yeah.
up, like because I don't know, like in primary school, I don't know if it's just because of me, like I was more chubby than maybe people my age. Because looking at pictures from myself in primary school, I'm like, I actually didn't look as people were making it seem.
Exactly.
Like,
Thank
it's
you.
just like,
Facts.
I actually don't look like that. But it's like the way people were like, oh, you're so, you're big and like, you're like chubby. I mean, they say in our language, so it's not like they don't say you're big, but it's just like, oh, I don't know if people are trying to say you're growing, but it's like it always comes off as like you're big and this and that. And that as a kid, that kind of affected me, but not as much as like maybe as a early teen and stuff like that. Because I went to secondary school, all the weight went away from just stress.
Yeah.
Um and even still, even then, like people will still like say things like you're a little big and stuff, but I looking at pictures from the past, they just made it, I don't know. um and I guess I'm trying to think if I think my like my when I felt like, oh, I didn't really love myself at all is like when I got to the US. I feel like
Mm,
it's like because I went to an all girls secondary school
Mm-hmm.
and wasn't the vibe wasn't actually that bad. I wasn't trying to like please any man and all that stuff, whatever. But when I came to the US, like transitioning to like to a different culture, and then I started to, be in the house a lot, and then again my body looking the way it did. That was just a lot for a young lad. Um,
Not a
and and then it's also like thinking about like men, because in Nigeria I felt like I didn't have problems with like men liking me and stuff. But here it was kind of like not men, boys liking me and stuff. But here it just felt so different. Like I didn't feel like I fit in, and I was just, I don't know. I was really navigating a lot of self love issues very early on, and I think it also affected like the type of like people I let in my life,
Mm.
or men. Um, but I think the same way, like the way I navigate that is like God, really. I feel like it's God, like trying to find and hone my identity in God. But I still struggle with like self love, self image, body image, but it's not as bad as it was to the point where like it was really making me sad. But yeah, I think that's my take on it. God is my soul navigator.
That's good. It's good that you guys have Jesus.
Don't you have Jesus?
I
Don't
have
you
That's what
have
Jesus.
I'm
Jesus?
saying.
Sorry.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He said that
I have
it's good
Jesus.
that you
Sorry.
guys have Jesus.
No, like that you guys are using him as a way. Like, yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. It's a beautiful thing.
This babe, this babe, I beg.
Oh my god. I guess going back to, I mean, going off of the conversation we've had just now, of like, growing up in like a separate Nigerian households and things like that. Um, there's Nigerian households, or well, Nigeria as a whole, like society. So taking it away from your home, tends to emphasize like being resilient and like working hard and like working hard over rest, for example. So how has that influenced your relationship with self love?
I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question.
So like for example, like
Sorry, Florence, do you
sometimes.
understand the question?
I do, but I was going to say that I don't really have that experience. I
Like,
don't know.
I think, repeat the question again.
So Nigerian society tends to prioritize hard work over rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
Mm-hmm.
how has that then impacted self love? Like the way you see yourself. Like for example, right? They're always
Okay.
like, oh, you must like achieve, 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 achieve. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I
Mm.
don't say you don't want to achieve, but sometimes you're just tired, like, and you just want a break. But then you have all these like outside voices saying, "Oh, you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to do that because you have to be the best or because you have to, you know." Does it make sense now, or does it seem
Yeah, it
almost?
makes sense, but
It
I feel
makes
like for
sense, but I
me,
don't think I have that. Like, I agree with Florence. I don't think I have
yeah,
that
I feel like the
experience.
pressure doesn't come from others, it comes from me. I
Okay.
Yeah.
feel like the pressure to achieve, achieve, achieve. I feel that pressure,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Do you feel like it comes from outside? I think personal
I
experience, so
feel
not
like
to say
it.
that it doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel like both, like external and internal. For example, right? Like it is just. I feel like, for example, look at the setup of schools. At least the school I went to, the smartest people are kept in one class, and then the others are kept in the other class.
The others, see me.
No, I didn't want to because I didn't want to say the not so smart. So let's just say like the ones that were getting certain scores were kept in one class, and then
Yeah.
the ones that were getting different scores were kept in another class. Do you get what I mean? That
Mm-hmm.
already creates that pressure. It doesn't even have to be like your teacher is shouting at you, but like structurally, if you look at the structure of society to an extent in Nigeria, there's that added level that is already there just because. Do you get what I'm trying to
Okay,
say
so
now?
you're talking more sort of like self-esteem.
What? Okay,
Yeah,
forget
like
this question. Because
no, like no, because I didn't understand. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't have any like like I don't think I have any experiences of like internal or external pressure affecting my like me loving myself. But if you
okay,
had said like, oh, self-esteem, yeah, possibly.
but self-esteem is tied to self-love. Is it
But it
not?
was the way you phrased the question. I did not. We did not. You did not. First, you get what I'm saying. It did not make us feel like we have experience with that.
Okay, so now do you feel like you do or you don't? Or should I move on? Because people are making me feel dumb now. Hey,
No,
No,
well,
no, 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 no.
no.
Like
well,
what I'm trying to say, like at least for me, like I don't. I can see how like, going and not taking breaks and like taking time to appreciate yourself and appreciate like the accomplishments that you've had in the
Mm-hmm.
past that can make you feel like, oh, I'm not enough, so I have to continue to do so that I can feel enough. But I don't think that that pressure maybe necessarily comes from society, either even Nigerian society or American society.
hmm
I think it comes from like me pressuring myself to, Like, oh, I need to do this. Like, I can't just be. Like, I don't feel like I can just be. Like, I always feel like I have to like be doing something with my
Mm-hmm.
life to be like I have to be feel like productive. Like, oh, I'm in my 20s, I don't want to waste my time. I want to achieve this. I want to run this marathon. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, I can't just like wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I don't want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair. I guess for me, because for example, my parents were not the ones that I would say, "Oh, does that person have two heads?" But someone that, like, do you get what I mean? Like, those are other things that people probably experience. So it's
Mm.
like, oh, you constantly have to meet a certain standard. I feel like even okay, even if though I may not have experienced that with academics, for example,
Mm-hmm.
but like for instance, like when it came to like friends and stuff. I won't say my parents had a standard, but like, oh, Simi, you don't have any friends. Why? Because maybe my other brother now very social. People will come to the house and things like that. But I didn't.
Yeah, but neither did I. I think that
Yeah, but you were
one.
out of the house when I was growing up.
Oh, sorry.
So it was, and then look, obviously, I'm following that. So now imagine that they're not like, come, is this girl alone now? Like, why is nobody coming to like? Do you get what I mean? And like, she's also very, very, very confident and stuff. And I always struggle with my confidence. So like, just always like I always felt like God, this is going to sound bad. I feel this is nothing against you. And honestly, I love my childhood and I love following you and I love being the dad. But like Finn is a very tough act to follow in that the school he went to, the kind of person he is, like his dedication and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
kind of and this was not even really on mommy and daddy honestly, but I kind of put him there like, okay, at the very minimum, at worst, I should be at this level. At worst.
That's a lot of pressure because
Exactly,
that's
because
a lot of pressure.
so I've always and that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to go to school that he went to and stuff like that because I was just like, I beg, I beg, like I need to, I need to fight my own path because this is a bit much. So I always looked up to him as like the gold standard, for instance. And like so things like that, I think for me at least that was my own personal experience with like just that external pressure and like the pressure of like needing to be cool. Because again, I ended up in one stupid legal school and that's all I'm going to say. And all this like, oh, your daddy is not this, your daddy is not that, your daddy doesn't have this X amount in his bank account, your daddy is like all those things is like I don't know. I think I've gone off on a tangent. So
No,
I'll
you're
I'll
fine.
come back.
You're
I'll
fine.
come back. And I'll just say like I feel like with like Nigeria as a whole or Nigerians we have this thing in us where we feel like oh we must always achieve and all that and which is good, you like to grind, you like to
Mm-hmm.
hustle. But I think sometimes or I would like to see us also encourage people to rest and like you know take care of themselves in that journey towards success and wanting to achieve the sun, moon, and stars and all that. Like, I think because sometimes I'm not going to like growing up. I always felt like if I pause, I'm lazy or I'm not like I'm
Yeah,
forgetting what
it
the bigger
yeah.
picture is. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I would like to see us encourage people to actually. It's okay to like one day of rest is not going to kill you. Do you
Fair
get?
enough.
Mm.
I think I get what you're saying now. But yeah, like Florence, I think also I don't have because as Simi knows, my favorite thing to say is I don't give birth to myself.
Yeah,
I did not give birth to myself.
that's true, sha.
If at any given inconvenience, I've slept.
Jesus
The
is
world can be burning. The world can be. No, Simi is shaking her head like she doesn't know.
I'm
As
shaking
any
my head because I can't believe you have come to my podcast with me on your ass like this. That has nothing to do with me not knowing.
oh, because like see how she was saying, oh, put your phone on do not disturb. My phone is permanently on that.
Ugh,
As
it's so
any,
annoying. It's
Same.
so annoying. Get your phone off DND. Who's disturbing you?
it's
You
I
don't
don't
even
want to
reach.
know.
You don't reach
That's
five
it.
people. Who is
I
disturbing you?
don't
I
want
don't want
to
to
know.
know.
That's the thing. You
Oh,
just I want to
all
be
you
So,
able
DND
to
which is why I
warriors.
agree with
I
Florence
want
in that
to be
any pressure that is occurring is internal because I've done my utmost best to put off outside.
Yeah.
Any
That's
minor
crazy.
inconvenience, I've slept.
Please stop
The
saying
world.
that in public. Hey, Oluwa.
No, because you were no. You were saying that we need to be able to rest. Is what I'm telling you.
Okay, ma. That's true, sir.
For example, at work, my because I'm in training, so we have supervisors. My supervisor is like me. When I started, he said this thing will be hard, but if you don't feel up to it, call in for mental health. Just tell them your mental health is all over the place and you need to sleep. So these are the people that are making sure that I progress in life, and they are the ones
Yeah.
telling me to call mental health day. So I think I agree with Florence. Like Florence, any those sorts of pressures, they're very and even you, to be fair, what you just explained, a lot of those pressures were internal as well.
Yeah.
So which is why we couldn't answer your question the way you wanted us to answer it
Okay, I'll
before.
give
But
you
we
another
agree with
question.
you.
That's rude, Zef. Like, don't agree.
Ah,
I'll give you another question then. Are you guys ready? This one is hot.
Yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily hot, but I want to see Totomi's take on this, given that she's older
ah.
than both of us. It's true.
Just display my age.
I never said your age. It's obvious you're older. You're my older sister. It's
It's
there.
okay,
Hey,
continue.
Florence. Abby? Like, I stated the obvious.
Carry on, carry on, carry on.
Have you ever felt pressure to follow a traditional path? E- Example, I'll give you example now. Before you say, "Oh, what does that mean?" Example, marriage, children, rather than focusing on your personal growth. And how did you handle that?
Well, the beauty in my own life is that nobody asked me to do any of those things. No, to be fair, because usually at my age, the pressure usually comes from like your parents, like your
Mm-hmm.
parents telling you, oh, you should marry, oh, ah, you are not doing XYZ. But I think the difference in mine is because I was in medicine, I was in school for so long. In part of my father's head, he thinks I'm still in school.
I
So,
mean,
so,
yeah.
so he doesn't. I think the only time he said something about relationship, he was like, "Oh, now I'm of the age or something," and I was like, "Oh, but you told me to read my books." And this man said to me verbatim, "When you're not stupid, you're supposed to do two of them together."
Hey, well.
Verbatim. If you ask him now, he'll tell you he doesn't remember because
Of course, he doesn't
he will
remember. He
remember.
never remembers.
Never remember.
He never
So
remembers.
I think that's the only time. But I think so parents wise, there's no pressure from that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just the generalness, like when you see your friends are getting married. One of my
Mm-hmm.
friends is on her third child, and to all of us it seems a bit like teenage pregnancy, but at our age you can have three children.
Mm.
Even at your age you can have three children.
I beg, let's
So
relax.
so so like those kind of pressures are there, but I think I just tell myself I'm not the like we might be the same age, but our stages in life are different. I
Mm-hmm.
only graduated uni in 2019. So I've only
Mm-hmm.
been out of school for 5 years. These people graduate, they are by the same age, but they graduated uni almost 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, maybe not
Later, she say
12,
I'm the one
Mhm.
that is casting her age.
maybe
Oh.
10,
If anybody
whatever.
can do maths,
maybe,
let me
maybe
just
they
leave it at
graduated
that.
uni, okay, actually, not 10 years ago,
I
but
was going to say, because
probably maybe 8. No, we're in
maybe.
2025. A lot of them started graduating uni in 2015, something like that. So yeah, about 10 years ago.
Okay, first.
So it's like these people have had careers for 10 years. They've done things for 10 years. I can't put myself, we're not running a similar race in any way, shape, or form. We're not
Period.
in the same place career wise. We're
Mhm.
not in the same place. And like the only thing we
Your
have,
destiny is not even the same. At the end of the
exactly.
day.
So the only
Yeah.
thing that is even similar is age. Everything else is different. So if
Yeah.
I put that pressure on myself, I feel like I will make mistake, or I will
Mm.
do
Mhm.
something that is not yes time for me to do. If especially if I'm not focusing on my own journey and I'm looking at other people's journeys and trying to, duplicate what they're doing. That's
Mm,
not where God has put me right there. Like that's not
Mm-hmm.
God's current plan for me. So that's usually just what I try and sort of like remind myself. If anybody tries to put pressure on me, or if anybody says, "Oh, you go somewhere," they say, "Oh, where's your husband?" You say, "Oh, you're not married." That's all. Finish. They pray. They say things like, "Oh, God will give you good husband." You say thank you. You accept. As my grandma would say, "Mr. Right." She has been praying for my husband since I don't even know,
yeah.
that kind of thing. So I always just remind myself that everything will work out according to God's plan, and
Period.
Mm-hmm.
to just take it easy and not try not to stress. So that's usually how I navigate it.
No, that's
Yeah.
very well said, and I agree.
Same. Yeah. Because
Because
my parents also don't talk to me about like, well, because I'm young, but at the same, like, I was talking to my mom the other day, like,
Ah,
what?
hey God, oh, nice
hey,
one.
No,
Not because
because
I'm
I'm
young.
still no, but like I was talking to my mom the other day because I was like trying to like figure out like, oh, like the school I'll end up in, or like the location I'll end up in, and how that might affect like, my prospects. And she was just like, you should just focus on your career. Like she's the type of person that's just like, I don't ever see myself getting that sort of pressure
Pressure.
from
Yeah.
family to settle down, get married, have children type
mm,
Pete. And also I just also feel like that's not my path. Like ever since I decided on this medical path, like I've already
that's
accepted my
probably.
I've already accepted I've already accepted that I'm not going to be on the same timeline as like the average Joe.
Exactly.
So that's
Yeah,
that. But I don't know how I'll feel like later on in life though. But we'll
But the
see.
thing also is like you who's going to start your medical journey, for example, your husband could be in your class. You don't know.
that's true.
Could be. It could be. This is also part of why we're saying about God putting you in, like leading you through the steps and putting you in the right places at the right time. Because it might be that, what to say, for example, the school, you think, oh, the school is in sort of like not in like a remotey kind of area, and they are, so you're a bit concerned about like all the kind of people that will be there. But it's possible that there's also somebody that God has said, oh, this is Florence's person that will be there. And so it might be that you
Yeah.
need to go to that school to meet the person.
Yeah.
So
True.
it's one of
That's true.
those. But if you then let like, if say somebody, obviously you said you, like not your parents, but like say for example some random auntie that you have not seen in 19 Boboro decides to like say something to you, and that makes you feel pressure, and then you end up marrying, not marrying, but like you end up with
Mm-hmm.
somebody in your vicinity, but that wasn't the person that was supposed to be for you, and then you are stressed all because one auntie that is not living in your house
Yeah.
Mm.
said something that she was not supposed to say. And
Yeah.
that's another thing. God will help our elders to be nicer to us. In Jesus'
Honestly, because
name.
they go on and on and on about respect, respect. You to respect me.
See me angry.
Respect me. It's true. Because I just this whole conversation I'm having reminding me of one uncle. I just come back from school. I think my first semester in either in the US or Costa Rica. I think it was the US. She now said, the food in America must be very sweet too.
Ah, ah.
I said, Cuckoo call me a cow. Just call me a cow. Because what is happening? So please, this is actually
Shut
reciprocal.
up.
Respect is
This
Babe,
reciprocal.
she said Nakuku call
It's
me a cow.
true. It's a bit much. It's actually a bit much. Do you want to marry me? If not, leave me alone. Like, no, fact, fact. I actually agree. Yeah, like to say, I don't have any pressure from my parents. But
uh,
recently, my parents have asked me, oh, they're just curious, like, have you started dating? I asked my mom, like, mom, since when did we start talking about this sort of things? Because this has never come out of your mouth before. But There's no pressure. I feel like our parents have never really pressured us to do anything. Honestly, just
Mm.
to go to church. That's the only thing.
That's the only pressure.
That's
Forever a
the only
pressure.
thing that they. That's the only thing they're always happing us about. The only every other thing, well, you do as you wish.
Yeah.
Mm,
As long
yeah,
as you don't disgrace them outside.
Hmm.
yeah. But next question on like topic of societal standards.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel any sort of pressure to meet certain standards of beauty or success?
Success, yes. Beauty. Because I think like with the pressure of success is like you're a doctor. Like people just say, you're a doctor.
Mm.
Oh." Like just that statement alone is like,
You
it
have the
always
kind.
sounds very heavy. And it's like, bro, it's just a job.
Is it really
But
though?
Is it
you see
really?
what I'm saying?
No, in the grand scheme of things, right? Being a doctor is one of the highest level jobs there. It's not even in terms of pay, but in terms of skill and what it requires. So it's not really just a job.
But it's still ultimately a job. Because I think the skill, like for example, you have with your job, I can't do it because I don't have that skill set.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
this
no,
yeah?
because you can be trained easily. I
It's
guess
either you
the
two you can be
training is
trained.
yeah, but the training for you can't compare the training of someone doing like let's say data analysis to a surgeon. It's not comparable.
But I'm not a surgeon.
No, I'm not a data analyst either. I wasn't using ourselves. Or okay, even as you are a GP, it's still
Because
training.
ultimately, you said data analysis. What you do, what I do as a GP is I analyze the person, which is what the data analyst does with the data. It's
Yeah,
literally the
but you're
same thing.
analyzing a human being. It's always analyzing data. Like data is data. Do you get what
Okay,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean?
like in terms of like length of training to become a data analyst
Yeah, it's not the
versus a
same.
doctor
Or even
is
the
not the
risk,
same.
the amount of risk.
Okay, maybe. Okay, fine.
Uh,
I agree. But I think
like
what I was trying to say with is a job in that people make it seem as if there's like I don't know how to explain it. Like if you do some like if say we do something and
mhm.
then it comes out that you're a doctor, it's like there's like this there's a way everybody just turns and looks at you and it's like you
Yeah, like
suddenly
yeah,
can solve.
It's because of the
yeah,
what you are doing and also like
But so
the oath you
this
take.
is this is part of answering the question that there's the pressure.
Yes,
So
yes, hundred
there's
percent.
yeah, so there's that pressure of oh, this is what you do and you need to be good and not even because of anybody else. Baseline, you need to be good at what you do because it's human beings and their lives that are inside.
Yeah.
So there's already that internal pressure from if I'm prescribing a medication, have I prescribed the right dose? Because if I prescribe the wrong thing, I could potentially kill somebody. So there's
Mhm.
already that sort of pressure. But then there's also like pressure from outside. Your daddy will call you when he's with his friend that you have never seen before, that the person's leg is paining him. Or your mommy will call you with somebody, they will write list of
I
and
don't
these are
want
like
that.
actual things my parents have done. They will call you, you can be sleeping, they will call you and say this person something, 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 something happened to the person. Those kind of things. And it's pressure because it's like you are doing tele-diagnosis of somebody you have never seen before.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. But like so career wise, yes, there's the pressure for like, pressure to be good, pressure to be the best you can be in your in whatever it is that you're doing, that kind of thing. But like beauty wise, man, beauty treatments are long. I think that's really just it. This hair
Mm.
that we did took 13 hours. Yeah, is very long. And also I think it also then goes back to like being told from when you are young that you already don't meet the beauty standard. So that one already has set you up moving
Mm.
forward. That's
Zero for
the way
you.
you are, the one you can do the one you can't do is okay. With
Mm.
beauty, there's certain things like yes, I always my nails are always done and I always I do my lashes, and I'll always do my hair. But other than that, fashion, fashion. If I look presentable, I'm okay. I don't need to have the newest, finest, best, that kind of thing.
Mm,
So I don't feel the need to meet those, those sorts of set, like those high levels of beauty standard. If I don't know if that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
I think as long as I look presentable and I don't look like what I'm going through, I'm okay. Yeah.
I'm going to take that one. As long as I don't look like what I'm going
I'm going
through,
through.
that's
That's
okay.
that's okay for me.
That's fair.
Um, for me, I feel like the beauty standards have like affected me more so in the past. Like, oh, I want to be able, like I said when I first came here, I want to be able to fit in. I want to look good, like have the right clothes. My body, my body, my body. I had a lot of fixation on my body. Um, but I think the older I've gotten, like I don't also feel that pressure to like please people with like what I wear or how I look as much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, as long like you said, as long as like my hair looks okay and I smell good
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
and I
Fuck that
just
shit.
I have like staples in my wardrobe. Like a lot of clothes I have, like you can even see some of them are still from high school, which I need to actually update some of them. But but just in general, like with clothing and stuff, like also maybe because I don't go anywhere, which maybe
Mm,
I don't know. Um, yeah, but yeah, I think I'm feeling less of and less of that like beauty standard. Also because I think I'm on social media less. I think that's the big
Mm,
difference. Because every time I'm on social media, even as of recent when I've started going on more, I start to feel pressure of like, oh, I need to look like this. Like, oh, this girl looks so good. Oh, I need to like buy this outfit to look like this. Or if I'm going on a trip, I'm like always like thinking, oh, I need to look this way. My hair needs to be done this way. But I don't know. I think social media makes it worse.
yeah.
Uh,
yeah, I definitely agree, and I think for me, less success more because honestly, I feel like social media has warped the way we see success. Because a lot of people are living fake life. People just don't know.
Oh
It's
god.
true. It's true. Maybe that's why they open their hands and say, "Oh, they used to sell empty MS box for you to
Oh
pose and
yeah.
snap empty Louis Vuitton
And
box." And I
people
feel like,
rent. Did you know like people rent bouquets of roses?
yeah. Do you know that people rent car to say, "Oh, I bought a car"? When I hear that, I
Yeah,
say, "We're
yeah.
actually
Because
foolish."
it's like a lease. You lease it for like a week or something. Yeah,
What is
hmm.
wrong with you?
yeah.
And I feel like especially our generation. I'm very very scared for us
It's
because
it because it's part of like like you're saying, social media is influencer. I mean, the influencers that are doing their work, they're influencing.
they are, because what kind of behavior is this that a random person is going to rent a car, go and put bow on it to come and tell us on Instagram that, oh, I bought the latest 2025 Kiniko Kiniko, and then the next day you're trekking to the office. So who are you
Not
deceiving,
trekking
me
to
or
the
you?
office.
It
Not
doesn't make
trekking
any
to the
sense.
office. Not
Just do
trekking to
what you
the
want to do with
office.
your life and move on. Like that's the part that I really, really, and honestly, I cannot succumb to that kind of
Oh
societal pressure.
no,
For
that
me,
one's
like
too
that
much.
one, I'm sorry. That I don't
That's
even
like
look at it at all
that's
because
too
it's too
much.
much. We've taken it too far.
What's
We've
that
taken
thing they
it
said of
too
never say
far.
never? Because
No, no, I
No,
can
that
never look
one.
at those things that people look at as successful. That, oh, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Or like those things for me, that doesn't really, because I'm buying the latest car or buying a house and stuff like that now. For me, those are not the benchmarks for success. As for me, at this
yeah,
point of my
exactly,
life, so that's why it's like for
exactly.
me, I don't even feel pressure to do any of that rubbish. Well, I mean, they are not rubbish, but like the rubbish part is like the faking of like
The
going
faking of
out of
it.
my way to fake it. For me, that is nonsense. If you can achieve it, good luck to you. I'm very happy for you. And we need to learn how to do that more as people. Like, look at something online and be happy for the person and move on.
And move
You don't
on.
need to wish it on yourself or
Just
wish it on your
you don't need to
boyfriend.
wish it on yourself.
It's true. Just say, oh, this is cute. Like, move on. Literally. I won't be happy now. We will. We will. That's
Yeah,
also what I think.
because
So,
but it's so hard to do. Like you're just everything is literally in front of your
In your
screen,
face.
and then it's like
Yeah.
you see this person that looks like your age, and they look a certain way. They
Where
have certain outfits and jewelries, and they just exude this energy on the screen, and they just look so perfect. You're like, oh dang, and maybe like you're looking at it while like you're like on your like most. I don't know, like your sweatpants, like you're just having like you don't look your best.
never bath. I don't understand.
But
Never bath.
that's when you're using on social media. So maybe your brain is like, oh, these people look so amazing, and then you just feel so raz, and then you just internalize it. No, but that's the truth now. Like
See,
you
comparison is the thief
internalize
of
things
joy.
so
but
much
it's true.
easier.
It's true.
I'm sorry, I don't buy. I'm sorry, personally, I don't buy into that
No, we're not
because
saying
wait, let me learn. I feel
sorry.
like there's an extent. Like I get it, but it should never reach. I don't see why it should reach to the point where you now start faking everything. That's what I don't understand. I
Oh,
understand
okay.
once in a while you look at things, they're like, guy, not too soft right now. I get it. You're not going to always feel your best. You get what I mean? But to the point that you're faking it, come on. There's no excuse for me. There's no excuse for that. You need to be checked. That's what. That's it. That is it. Because you're wasting your money. The money that you can use to invest in yourself. You're wasting it on impressing other people that don't even. Do you know that nobody will not even watch that your story, or nobody might not like that picture? How will you not feel? How will you not
This
feel?
is why
500
people
things is
buy
not.
comments and followers and all those things.
Like to what end? You have bought 50K followers. We have seen 50K followers. Do you think anybody's going on your Instagram page every month to check? Oh, does that dollar still have 50K followers? Like, let's be wiser, please.
Please, no.
It's true. It's true. I feel like we're looking for validation in the most stupid things, and it's just like, please, please, let's do better.
But this
Genuinely,
circles back to the topic of the day. It still
which is what
circles back. It circles back to self
to
love.
self
It
love
circles back to self
exactly.
love because if if you if you believed in your source, you wouldn't. You would like if you would. You'd have like a self, like you'd have that like confidence in yourself to be like, okay, we don't have this today, but we can have this tomorrow. But
Exactly.
if you're not quite there yet, it's like I'll try and get this thing. It's the same way Yahoo boys are Yahoo boys and those things that they do. Is you want fast life, fast car, fast money, quickly.
Mm.
And it's all the it's sort of if you speak to is you're using it to feel something in you, but you don't even know what you're using it to fulfill.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like you said, it's seeking validation from like the people who are buying followers, is seeking validation from people who genuinely who we don't care. That's the
Who
honest truth of the matter.
cares?
Yeah, honestly, and it's like the interaction that I'll have with that thing is like what 5 seconds. Like
Nobody care. They
In
don't
my
it's
care.
head,
just like oh like, and I will never like unless it's somebody I know that I'm like oh let me go back and
Exactly.
watch that thing was really nice. But like
Exactly.
exactly.
And
if
the
I see
thing
some, I'm just
about
like okay nice
and
move
human
on.
beings, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm among. We have very short attention span.
Honestly.
Too short. You might be popular today with your 1 million followers. We forgot all those people that we followed during COVID lockdown and we were using them to entertain
Honestly.
ourselves.
The
We're
ones that
finished.
didn't stay on my mind, they are gone.
Nobody even stayed on my mind. So it goes back to what you're saying of like seeking validation from people outside, seeking validation in places that's like for example, if you're seeking validation with us on Instagram, we don't have sense. If you seek validation on TikTok, we're even slightly better. But on
Yeah.
Instagram, there's no validation to be given on Instagram.
Honestly. Who
So
cares? Instagram cares. But
Yeah.
that's it. I think for me, even me myself, I need to start learning that nobody actually cares. Because even sometimes when I'm with my sister, I say, oh, should I iron my jeans? It's like, first of
Why you
all,
iron
who
your
iron
Thank
jeans?
jeans?
you, Florence. This is literally what I said to her. We were going out in Lagos. She came. Oh, to submit, should I iron my jeans? I'm like, the iron
It was
jeans.
looking rough. I said, I don't want to be looking like a roughie. And she said,
Somebody, she was literally about to sit down in the car. Like, who is looking at your jeans? Who irons jeans? Why you're not a criminal? Like, why are you ironing jeans?
because it's not straight. Like, for me,
Who
it
is
was just
looking at
like,
your jeans? Ah,
straight. So
I've never
it's
heard
And
like,
that
the
one
thing with
before.
jeans, it's like when you wear it, it straightens.
It was
Like
I
straighten.
think for
unless
me,
it's
because
like rump or like you
It was
squeezed
yeah.
it
not. It
somewhere.
had like three creases. She says to me, should I iron my jeans? And I was like, the iron jeans? Like, what do you mean?
He's like, do I on my jeans? So let me know if you like.
Jeans,
If
you
I see
wash jeans,
any
you spread
crinkle,
it. When you bring it down, you flap it, bam, bam, and that's it.
yeah, I
Ironing
iron my
jeans.
jeans. But yeah, so and she told me like nobody's actually looking at it, nobody cares, and that's just it. One thing of it, nobody cares. Nobody cares. If even like when I want to take do stuff for this podcast, like with regards to like recording content outside and stuff, I'm always like very self conscious. I'm like, all the people that I record, nobody cares. Just do what you want to do and move on.
I
Like
was
actually,
recording
nobody
the
cares.
last intro you guys did, the one you came back after the break.
Oh yeah,
I recorded this for her on the train. Wow. The spectacle. Because she thought the bus conductor, I mean, the train conductor, like, I don't know who she thought was looking at her. Record what you're recording, let's go.
I was like,
Like, who are you? Who even are you, gossip? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Who are
that's
you?
true. That's just the
Absolute worst
truth.
case scenario, they will go home on their dinner table and say, we saw this black girl recording. What a mess. Okay, and will you ever
Exactly.
see them again? No, who are you?
No,
No.
Is the
that's
is the
it.
Nigerian in you people that do you know who I am? It rings
Yeah,
in you
no,
people's
not even
head.
that. Like, oh, what are people saying? That part, I
Nobody
need to unlearn
cares.
that. I need to
Nobody
unlearn
cares.
that
Really and
because
truly.
Jenny,
Nobody.
people are going through a lot,
Oh,
so they are not going to have your head.
Honestly, like even to think of like the people that I think about, like yeah, you see somebody doing something that's a bit strange, and you look like, oh okay, and then I won't comment on it after because I have my own stuff to
Yeah.
deal with. Like I have my
which is
own
why I
life
always
to deal
concerned
with.
about people who are trolls on the internet because are you less busy?
No, you are.
Do you not have work?
Like
You are less busy.
Do you not have
because
work?
why would you take your time and be insulting somebody's destiny that you would never meet? Like
Then they
you
will
Ever,
don't know this
dedicate time,
person.
create page, and be trolling daily.
Like
bro. You are sick.
I
You
don't know,
are.
man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It makes no sense. But anyways, um, now let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. Today is Women's Month. I mean, no, March is
The
Women's
whole
Month. Today is
day is the
Women's Day.
Women's Month.
Yes. So March is Women's Month.
No, you said today is Women's Month, so the
Sorry,
whole day is the month.
sorry, sorry. March is Women's Month. Today is Women's Day.
There you
Are
go.
we happy?
Yeah.
Yes. So if we're talking about like women and what is one stereotype you wish we could wipe away forever that of women?
Angry black woman.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's good. Fantastic.
Honestly.
Oh,
That's a good one because it even limits me at work. Like sometimes I don't want to be too upset because I'm like I don't want to think I'm angry or I don't want to complain because I don't want to think I'm angry. And this way I don't want them to just be like this girl is just angry. So that's true.
I think this one is a stereotype specific to Nigerian women. I don't need your money. I
Mm.
don't I'm not interested in your money. Going back to I didn't give birth to myself. I'm loved at home. If I need money, I'll call the people that give birth to me. There's this thing where like you're talking to a guy and they just automatically expect that you want their money. I
Yeah.
don't yeah. And apparently this is
Mm,
actually a thing, but I've never like the I've never seen it in my friendship circle or like the circles of the circle. So it's like you can't just assume somebody's talking to you and they want your money.
mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's one I wish would go well.
Another one is the idea of like, oh, because I'm a woman, I belong in the kitchen.
Bro,
I
that
know
was
it's more.
mine. That was mine. Because I hate
more
sex.
off so much. Like, fair enough. Like, okay, I'll cook and I'll clean
Me, I will
because
even
it's
cook.
There is
needed.
nothing fair and
But
enough about
but
that.
like I just hate like this idea of like, oh, because I'm the woman, like this especially some certain like all these older Nigerian men or this
Even
men, like
women.
it just it's just like it burns my soul like so different. Like you don't think of me as a human being, think of me as a mop, like as
A kitchen appliance, really.
kitchen applier, a pot.
Really.
Like like oh, that pisses me off so much.
No, because it's true. This Lagos we went. See, me, I don't like stress. Don't like stress. I got them to make me soup to bring back to the UK. And these are soups I don't know how to make. So it's like oha soup, bitter leaf soup, afang soup.
Oh,
I don't know.
so
You see, oha leaf is very temperamental in that it doesn't store for long. So if you have to use it immediately. So you can't. It's very difficult to find in the UK. But also, I don't want to come back home after 16 hours and be cooking.
Yeah.
So we got food, but in relation to what Florence was saying, we got food and it was a lot of food. Because me and Simi got food as well. And so we were trying to sort this out, and then someone said, why are you, why are you buying food? You're a woman, you people should be able to cook it. My head was hot. Because, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And the interesting thing is, my brother had food as well, but it wasn't a problem. It was that we are women. Why? And then I
And then
said,
we also
is
oh,
ordered
it so
milk
because
and
I'm a woman
brother.
I can't eat something that somebody else cooked. That
and
is
then I
so
also said, oh,
irritating.
I don't know how to make these soups. And they were like, there's YouTube. Bro, what if I just one piece?
Yeah. I don't understand the cooking and cleaning and just the whole being homely. Everybody should be able to take care of themselves as a human being.
It should be like a basic requirement.
Exactly. Like I don't know who assigned it to women. That makes no sense.
And
I've
if
only
you want
done
to
the
be a
job of
housewife,
pushing
be
the
a
baby out.
housewife.
Ah, wow.
If you want
Please.
to be a housewife, be a housewife, but that shouldn't be an expectation of every single
For
man. Oh,
Exactly.
everybody.
because you are a woman, then here we
Because
go. Like
I've genuinely met people who want to be housewives, and I love it for
Exactly.
them.
There's nothing wrong with that. Do you?
To be fair, if I could be a housewife, I would. It's just I feel like I don't know what I'll be doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like after you've like sorted out the house, put everything in order, then yeah, I don't know.
Kids and stuff
Because
like
I
that.
was having this
Well,
conversation with someone and they were saying like, oh, so do you then not think that like men and women should have roles at home? Or like he was basically saying that like, like don't you think that men have their own things that people put on them? But I think like for me, I don't say, oh, because you are a man,
Exactly.
this.
yeah.
Like it's more like, yeah, there are things that, yeah, there's certain things that maybe I expect my man to do, but like if I don't know how to I don't know how to explain it. Like it's I'm not going to like tie his identity to that thing. Do you get
Yeah.
like I'm
No,
not going
yeah.
to like oh because it like come on.
There are certain things I think are basic, like cleaning and cooking. We are both eating
Exactly.
and we both live in the space. The bare minimum is that both of us contribute to. Even if you don't know how to cook, you can cut onion, you can cut
Why don't you
pepper.
know how to cook? I don't take that. I'm sorry. Cooking is actually not hard. It's
No, no,
not.
no. But also, me, I also mean this in the context of there are also women that don't know how to cook, and that's okay.
Everybody should know how to cook. Is my own point.
Okay,
You
yeah,
need to.
everybody should. But I'm saying if in
You
a
should be able to
situation
clean. Your
one
phone
of
might
you
not
can
be the
cook,
sweetest, though, but you should be able to put something together.
I think
Come
everybody
on.
should know how to make three things: fry
Exactly.
egg, boil
Mhm.
rice, and make some
Mhm.
sort of sauce
Yes.
or
And I was
stew.
going to add fried plantain too, but maybe I remove that one.
Ah
But
no, then you burn the house. Hold on, let's not go to plantain.
or
I
cooking
think
don't or cook
everybody should be able
ramen.
to boil rice, noodles, whatever, boil something, potato, whatever. Be able to make some sort of accompaniment like a sauce or fry egg. But like everybody should be able to give themselves nutrition.
Exactly.
Because I saw something on Twitter the other day because it's Ramadan. And this guy was talking about how he needs to get married quickly because he's not eating for sahur because he can't cook. Excuse me.
You're not hungry. You're not hungry.
Excuse me.
You're not hungry.
You know, there's this beautiful invention. There are people called caterer.
Oh.
You can
Oh,
order the food. So
can go to a
basically all you want
restaurant.
is not even a wife, is you want a chef. Hire a chef.
Exactly.
But
The
people
thing is that
want
they
all
don't want
these
to
things, but
think.
it's not
They
that they
don't
don't
want
want
to
to think they
think.
can't afford it. Is it not? Is this somebody that can have chef? Would they not have chef?
That's so true, sir.
They want
That's so
free
true.
unpaid labor.
Nah,
That's
man.
unpaid labor. That's
They
the thing.
want
And
unpaid
then
labor.
I just hate that idea of like, okay, me and you were working, like we're two working people,
I,
and we're both like coming back from work, and then like for some reason you now think, oh, I should now be the one with the second job.
Mm,
Like, can we just be? Anyways,
oh, there's one more
this.
stereotype I have before we
well,
round up. This expectation that if a man and a woman, both of them are first time parents, the mother came with handbook from heaven.
mm,
Because how can she know if she has never, like, both of us have never had a child before?
yeah.
How is she the one that knows?
Oh, yeah, the mother. And he's the father.
I don't
Hello.
did I
It's a
like
two to
I didn't
tango.
impregnate myself? Like, what does this mean? And I
Yeah.
think this one is particularly like key to me because of work. So you see it a lot where
Mm,
like the father will bring the baby, does not know the allergy, does not know anything, just vibes.
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
no.
Oh
They
yeah,
don't know
men
anything.
they
They
don't
don't
know
know what school they
shishi.
are in. They don't know the children's school, the
They
teacher's
don't know
name.
And I don't
They
anything.
don't know
understand
the
that. For
friend's
me, it
name.
makes no sense because that
Just
is the complete
vibing.
opposite. So I'm just like, where are men learning this thing from?
How
You
can
don't know
you
your
you not
children's school. How is
how
that
can you not know
possible?
what your child is allergic to?
That's rubbish.
Like you're
That is
filling form, you're
rubbish.
asking, do they have any allergies? The father, this has happened to me before.
And they
Do
will
you have
look at the
any
wife.
allergies? The father said he does not have. The boy said, yes, I'm allergic to penicillin.
Ah,
Sometimes the
that's
man
wrong.
doesn't even know anything about himself. Like you can, a lot of
This is
men
true.
they come with their wives for
Or they call them. Because
a
when I used to work in Malta, I asked someone, oh, what medications do you take? He says, please hold on, let me call my wife. Is she taking the medication?
Jesus is Lord.
And
No,
he
this is
verbatim,
weaponized incompetence, you
he
guys.
called his
What
wife.
is this?
He called his wife, and this man is on 10 medications, and she listed every single one down to the dose
men
and the
don't know
time of the day he
anything.
takes it.
Like men probably wouldn't even go to the hospital if the woman was if they didn't have a wife. Like they
Huh.
probably wouldn't even if they are sick, they will be sick. They will be
They can be sick
sick.
and pass away in their house. They won't go anywhere.
They won't go anywhere. Like it's
That is
so
crazy.
interesting. It's just so interesting to see the dynamic when I see it. I'm like, wow.
Women
Like
are
the woman knows
trying.
everything about you.
You
If
ask
she
for her
dies
birthday now, they
today,
can start stuttering.
mm-mm.
Women are trying. We deserve to take up more space.
No, we
More
do. They
space.
will, and they will not say, "Oh, they have the F country." After doing all this rubbish, you go on maternity leave. They will now not promote you. You go on. The women were suffering, but God will vindicate us.
Amen.
God will vindicate us because we are going through a lot. All these stupid things society has put, and we're breaking our backs. But God
Mm.
will see us through. God will see us.
Amen.
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 Um, yeah. So the last thing I want to ask you guys, in the spirit of self love and Women's Month, is what is something you admire about yourself that you don't say out loud enough? So, positive affirmation.
Omo.
I'm very compassionate and
Oh my
kind.
God, Florence really entered my head to say what I was going to say.
Oh, Vic, did you know what? Like yesterday, in my interview, this person she asked me like, "Oh, who are you at your core?" I was like,
Ah,
"Whoa!"
Jesus.
Omo.
I did not
Jesus.
know what to say. I was so thrown off, and I took a while. I was like, I guess I'm compassionate."
No, I
No, who are you
guess.
at your core?
I
Sometimes
don't
these
know that the
interviews,
question.
man.
that question threw me off. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was something that I had in my mind. I think I'm compassionate, kind, and determined.
I think I'm
But
very patient.
I will never say it after today because it's so weird talking
See me
about
face.
yourself like that.
See me face. You never let me explain what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Oh.
The reason she squeezed her face for the listeners, because you can't see her face, is because I said I'm very patient. Patience in the context of I give people multiple chances.
Chances.
But then this is where the bad part now comes. I give people multiple chances. So like if you do something, if you apologize, I would take, and my mom always says this as I'm very gullible because in the no, wait, let me explain it.
Jesus.
So the way she no because she doesn't say gullible, but like she says it in Yoruba, but basically what she means is if you tell me something is red, even if it's yellow, I will take your word for it that it's red because that's just how I am. But so then, like, so in the context of so then, if you do something to me and you apologize and you say you're sorry, I believe that you're sorry because me, if I'm saying I'm sorry, I'm not lying. So
Mm.
I give a lot of chances, and so in that I'm patient in that context, not the context Simi thinks I'm talking about. I'm not patient, but
So
in
you
that
give
I
people
give people
grace, is what you
a
should be
hair.
saying.
Thank you. It's a hair. I give people grace. That's it. Thank you. English is hard. I told you people at the beginning. I give people a lot of grace. Um, yeah, I extend a lot of grace to people.
Okay, those are good ones. I think mine will be I really like the fact that I I like to defend people and like fight for people, human rights stuff. Well, not even human rights, but just like I don't like when you're doing someone wrong. Like for me, that's just like what are you doing? We're all human. So that and that like also like I feel like if I can help you, I will. Like if what was the word for that?
Yeah, kind,
Generous.
Yeah,
kind,
those
generous.
like
Yeah,
I'll find a way to help you if I can. And I
yeah.
just don't like people doing people dirty. I feel like that's just rubbish. Um, and yeah, but yeah, we're all beautiful, smart, amazing, incredible, accomplished, successful, amazing women. And shout out to all of you. Shout out to your mummies, your grandmas, your aunties, your
Woohoo!
cousins, and all the women in our lives. Um, Happy Women's Month. Totomi, any last minute words before we close?
Thank you guys for having me on the podcast. It was a fun time. Um, yeah,
Thank you
that
for coming.
yes, thank you. See me say thank you. Ah,
Did you greet me when you came here? You thank Florence for bringing you, so you thank Jam for having you too.
you asked me to come to London. Don't worry. But yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And
It
when
was
you come to
really.
London, you will ask me for a place to stay. Two can go. Two can tango.
You see, there's this beautiful thing. What they call it?
Hotel. Go and book it. Okay. Book it. You do
Please.
Shankar
But yeah,
and
as
the
I
next
was
time you
saying,
visit me, I'll post it on the story and say, look who is here. Guess who's back?
back again. Anyway, but as I was saying, thank you guys for having me. It was really nice. And yeah, happy Women's Day, everybody.
Thank you
And I
guys.
hope we all learn how to love ourselves and
No.
believe in our individual sources and be the
Period.
baddest babes and take up every single space that we
100%.
can. Yeah,
I agree.
that's it.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Do You Get Pod. Send in your messages to us. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.